The sun shone brightly over the city of New Haven, casting a warm glow on the streets filled with joyful laughter and vibrant decorations. Families had gathered to celebrate the annual Unity Festival, a day when humans from all walks of life came together to honor their shared strength and love for one another. Colorful banners fluttered in the gentle breeze, and the air was filled with the sweet aroma of food stalls selling treats from around the world. Children played games, their cheerful voices ringing through the air, creating an atmosphere of pure joy. Among the crowd was a young boy named Alex. At just 10 years old, he was full of energy and curiosity. His bright blue eyes sparkled with excitement as he ran around with his friends, trying to win a giant stuffed bear at the shooting gallery. His mother, Maria, watched him with pride, her heart swelling with love. Maria was a single parent, having worked hard to provide for Alex and give him the life he deserved. Their bond was unbreakable, and she often marveled at how her son's laughter filled their small home with joy. But suddenly, the festive atmosphere shattered. An ominous shadow swept across the sun, plunging the city into a chilling darkness. The laughter faded as people looked up in confusion, their smiles turning to gasps of horror. A massive ship from the Galactic Empire loomed in the sky, its dark metallic surface gleaming ominously against the backdrop of the clear blue sky. Panic spread through the crowd like wildfire. People screamed and scrambled for safety. Their joyful celebration turned into a desperate fight for survival. As the ship hovered overhead, a chilling voice echoed through the city, announcing the Empire's presence and intentions. Without warning, the ship unleashed a torrent of fire upon the festival. Bright flashes of light illuminated the sky, followed by thunderous explosions that shook the ground beneath their feet. The once thriving streets were quickly transformed into a scene of chaos and destruction. In the midst of the terror, Alex's instincts kicked in. He turned to his mother, his heart racing. "Mom! We need to get to safety!" he yelled, grabbing her hand tightly. Maria, panic-stricken yet determined, nodded and began to lead him away from the falling debris. But as they ran, a stray shot from the ship struck nearby, sending a shockwave through the air. The blast threw Alex off his feet, and in that horrifying moment, Maria watched helplessly as a piece of rubble fell, taking her son from her forever. The world around her slowed as she reached out in vain. Alex lay still, his vibrant spirit extinguished in an instant. The joyful boy who had brought so much light into her life was gone. The crowd's screams faded into a haunting silence as Maria cradled her son, her heart breaking into a million pieces. The attack left the city in ruins, and the bright colors of the festival were replaced by smoke and debris. In the days that followed, news of the brutal murder of Alex spread across the planet, igniting outrage and sorrow. Earth leaders gathered in emergency meetings, their faces grave as they absorbed the magnitude of the tragedy. They felt the weight of Alex's death, the loss of an innocent life representing all that humanity stood for. Maria became a symbol of this tragedy, her story touching the hearts of people worldwide. She stood before the cameras, tears streaming down her face as she spoke of her beloved son. Her pain resonated deeply, and soon the entire planet was united in grief and fury. People took to the streets, demanding justice for Alex and for all who had suffered at the hands of the Galactic Empire. This moment became a turning point. The flames of anger sparked a fire within humanity, igniting a fierce determination to stand against the Empire's cruelty. As the world mourned, a new resolve began to take shape. Alex's death would not be in vain. It would awaken a force unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. The story of a young boy who simply wanted to enjoy a day of fun would now inspire an entire planet to rise up, to fight back, and to ensure that no child would ever suffer such a fate again. In the wake of Alex's tragic death, a sense of urgency gripped the entire planet. Leaders from every corner of Earth convened in a massive emergency meeting. The Council of Earth, made up of representatives from various nations, gathered in a high-tech conference room, their faces reflecting the shock and anger that had enveloped humanity. News of the Galactic Empire's brutal attack had spread quickly, igniting flames of fury and a desire for justice. The atmosphere in the room was tense as they discussed how to respond to such an unprovoked act of aggression. "We can't let this stand," declared the president, her voice steady yet filled with emotion. "We must show the Galactic Empire that we will not be victims." The other leaders nodded in agreement, their brows furrowed in determination. They debated various strategies, weighing the risks and benefits of different responses. As the discussion heated up, it became clear that a united front was necessary. Fueled by Alex's tragic story, the leaders reached a unanimous decision. They would mobilize Earth's 700,000 dreadnoughts. These massive warships, equipped with the most advanced technology, were humanity's greatest defense against the powerful empire. "We must act swiftly and decisively," one general urged, emphasizing the need to prepare for a larger conflict. The room buzzed with anticipation as they outlined their plan, detailing how the dreadnoughts would coordinate their attack. Suspense hung in the air as the leaders knew that they were about to embark on a dangerous path. As the leaders formulated their strategy, the soldiers of Earth began their training in preparation for war. Among them was Bonner, a seasoned veteran known for his bravery and skill. He had fought in many battles, but never had he felt such a personal connection to a cause. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw the image of young Alex, and it filled him with a burning desire for vengeance. Bonner stood tall in the training facility, surrounded by his fellow soldiers. They practiced maneuvers with precision, their faces set with determination. The training ground was alive with activity. Soldiers drilled with state-of-the-art weaponry, learning to operate cloaking devices that would render their ships invisible to enemy radar. They also trained with AI-controlled drones, which could scout enemy positions and provide real-time intelligence. The advanced technology made the training sessions thrilling, and the camaraderie among the soldiers grew stronger as they shared their hopes and fears. Bonner often took time to motivate his team, sharing stories of courage and sacrifice. "We fight for Alex and all the innocents who have suffered," he would say, his voice filled with passion. He reminded them that their mission was not just about revenge, it was about protecting their loved ones and ensuring a future free from tyranny. The emotional weight of Alex's death drove Bonner and his team to push themselves harder, their resolve deepening with each passing day. As the countdown to their departure drew near, the unity of humanity became palpable. They were no longer just individuals fighting for their own lives. They were a collective force, united by a shared purpose and a fierce determination to confront the Galactic Empire. Together, they prepared for the battles ahead, ready to fight not only for their planet, but for every innocent life threatened by the darkness of the Empire. As the day of reckoning approached, Earth's forces sprang into action. The order to mobilize the fleet had been given, and a sense of urgency electrified the air. Military personnel rushed about the massive launch facilities, preparing the dreadnoughts for their historic mission. Each ship represented humanity's hopes and dreams, forged in the fires of loss and determination. The enormous vessels were equipped with the latest technology, boasting powerful weapons systems and advanced shields capable of withstanding the Galactic Empire's might. With a resounding roar, the first dreadnoughts began their launch sequence. Thrusters ignited, and the ships lifted gracefully into the sky, piercing through the clouds and into the vastness of space. A breathtaking sight unfolded as more and more dreadnoughts followed, their massive forms glowing against the backdrop of the universe. The fleet was a spectacle of power and precision, showcasing Earth's determination to stand up to the Empire. Each ship carried soldiers, weapons, and advanced technology, all ready to face whatever awaited them in the cold expanse of space. As the dreadnoughts ascended, scenes of chaos from the launch facilities flickered in the background. Workers checked systems, engineers made last-minute adjustments, and officers relayed commands through the comms. The tension was palpable. The fleet had to operate as a cohesive unit to succeed against the overwhelming forces of the Galactic Empire. The sky was filled with the sound of engines roaring as the dreadnoughts emerged from Earth's atmosphere, one after another, like a flock of majestic birds taking flight. Deep in the void of space, cloaked ships silently glided through the stars, their technology allowing them to remain undetected. These vessels were the vanguard of Earth's fleet, tasked with gathering intelligence and preparing for the battle ahead. The AI systems on board worked in perfect harmony, synchronizing the movements of the ships and analyzing data from the surrounding area. The officers aboard each vessel watched the screens with bated breath, knowing that they were about to enter enemy territory. As they approached the Galactic Empire's stronghold, tension hung thick in the air. The vastness of space around them felt both daunting and exhilarating. Suddenly, their scanners pinged with an alert. A scouting ship from the Empire had detected their presence, and the time for stealth had ended. A fast-paced battle was about to unfold. The Empire's scout, sleek and deadly, charged toward them, weapons primed and ready. But Earth's fleet was prepared. Using their cloaking devices, they slipped silently through the shadows of space, outmaneuvering the scout with surprising agility. Bonner, aboard his dreadnought, shouted orders, his voice steady amidst the chaos. "Activate weapon systems! Prepare for engagement!" The first shots rang out as the two forces clashed. The humans demonstrated their ingenuity and skill, weaving their ships in and out of the scout's line of fire. The dreadnoughts unleashed a barrage of energy beams, lighting up the dark expanse of space. Explosions illuminated the scene, and debris floated in the aftermath, a testament to the fury of battle. The human forces relied on their training and advanced technology to outsmart their adversary. They employed clever tactics, using the terrain of asteroids and space debris to shield themselves from enemy fire. The scout, caught off guard by their unpredictable movements, struggled to maintain control. Within moments, the human fleet's coordinated attacks overwhelmed the lone scout, forcing it to retreat. As the dust settled, a surge of triumph filled Bonner and his crew. They had won their first encounter, a small but significant victory that ignited hope throughout the fleet. News of their success spread rapidly, bolstering morale among the soldiers. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, united and fueled by the memory of Alex and the desire for justice. With the first battle won, they pressed onward into the depths of the galaxy, determined to confront the Galactic Empire and bring peace back to their world. The moment had finally arrived. The fleet of Earth's dreadnoughts emerged from the shadows of space, facing off against a massive Galactic Empire fleet. The sight was overwhelming. Countless enemy ships loomed in the void, their metallic hulls glinting ominously under distant stars. Tension crackled in the air as both sides prepared for the climactic showdown. The humans were outnumbered, but they stood resolute, fueled by their desire for justice and vengeance. With a roar, the battle began. The dreadnoughts launched an orbital bombardment, targeting enemy ships with pinpoint accuracy. Vivid explosions lit up the dark canvas of space, showcasing humanity's advanced weaponry. Energy beams sliced through the void, striking enemy vessels and sending them spiraling into oblivion. The cacophony of battle filled the comms, voices shouting commands, urging their ships to keep fighting. It was chaos. But amidst the turmoil, Earth's forces moved with precision and purpose. The Empire's ships retaliated fiercely, their advanced technology evident in their powerful weaponry. But the humans, undeterred, fought back with resilience. They used their strategic advantages, weaving through the enemy lines and launching surprise attacks from unexpected angles. The underdog story was alive in every maneuver, as Bonner and his crew refused to back down against the technologically superior enemy. Each explosion and each victory brought a renewed sense of hope. As the battle raged on, Bonner felt the weight of his comrades' lives resting heavily on his shoulders. He fought fiercely, but amid the chaos, he witnessed friends falling around him. Each loss cut deeper than the last, and memories of their laughter and camaraderie flooded his mind. He recalled moments with Alex, who had dreamed of adventure and bravery, not knowing the horrors of war. Those flashbacks intensified the emotional stakes of the battle, reminding Bonner of the personal cost of this fight. "Stay strong! We fight for them!" Bonner shouted to his crew, his voice steady even as his heart ached for the fallen. The battle became more than just a fight against the Empire. It was a fight to honor the lives that had been lost, a battle for every innocent child like Alex. Just when hope began to dwindle and despair threatened to take hold, a turning point emerged. The humans rallied together, drawing upon their training and the advanced AI tactics they had been honing. With a newfound determination, they began to coordinate their attacks, combining their efforts to form a powerful offensive strategy. The AI systems on board their ships analyzed the battlefield in real time, providing crucial insights that turned the tide of the conflict. With a sudden surge of strength, the dreadnoughts launched a decisive strike. Bonner led his crew into the fray, expertly navigating through enemy fire. The humans executed flanking maneuvers and synchronized assaults, catching the Galactic Empire off guard. The sight of the Empire's ships faltering ignited a spark of hope among Earth's forces. They pressed on, fighting not just for survival but for justice, for Alex, and for a future free from tyranny. As the tide of battle shifted, the Dreadnoughts surged forward, a united front against the overwhelming forces of the Galactic Empire. The underdog story reached its climax, showcasing the resilience and determination of humanity. With every blast of energy and every maneuver, they fought back against their oppressors, proving that even against overwhelming odds, the spirit of humanity could not be extinguished. The final showdown loomed on the horizon, and with their collective strength, they were ready to confront the Empire and reclaim their right to peace. The battle had been fierce, and at long last, humanity emerged victorious. The Galactic Empire's once mighty fleet lay in ruins, scattered among the stars. But the victory came at a great cost. The aftermath of the battle was a mix of triumph and sorrow. As the remaining Dreadnoughts returned home, they brought not just the news of their hard-won success, but also the heavy burden of their losses. Families mourned their fallen heroes, and the reality of the conflict settled in. Back on Earth, the atmosphere was somber. People gathered in memorials, lighting candles for those who had sacrificed their lives. Bonner, once just a soldier, had now become a leader among his people. He walked among the crowds, feeling the weight of their grief and their gratitude. Each face he saw reminded him of what was lost, especially young Alex, whose death had ignited this war. As Bonner looked at the faces of those around him, he vowed to protect humanity and honor the memory of every brave soul who had fought for their freedom. In the days that followed, discussions began among Earth's leaders about the future. They realized they could no longer remain isolated from the universe. The Galactic Empire had oppressed not only humans but many other races as well. This brutal conflict had forged a new unity among Earth's people, and they began to envision a brighter future, one where they could extend their hand to other oppressed beings. The idea of alliances with these races sparked hope and excitement. Bonner played a crucial role in these discussions, advocating for cooperation and strength in numbers against their common enemy. As plans were made, the story of humanity's struggle resonated across the galaxy. News of their victory spread, inspiring those who had long suffered under the Empire's tyranny. For the first time in years, there was a sense of hope and possibility among the oppressed. Earth was no longer just a distant planet. It had become a beacon of resilience and courage. The story culminated in a powerful scene at a memorial for Alex and all the lives lost in the conflict. The community gathered, united in their grief and determination. Bonner stood alongside Maria, Alex's mother, both of them holding a candle in honor of the boy whose spirit had ignited a revolution. As they looked out over the crowd, they felt a shared commitment to ensure that such brutality would never happen again. "Together, we will stand against any tyranny," Bonner promised, his voice strong and steady. Maria nodded, tears glistening in her eyes, but a look of fierce determination on her face. The gathering erupted in applause, a chorus of voices rising in agreement. This powerful moment encapsulated the essence of the story. It was a classic tale of good versus evil, where the underdog emerged victorious against insurmountable odds. As the sun set on this new dawn, there was a renewed sense of purpose among humanity, a promise to fight for justice, unity, and peace in the face of darkness. The journey ahead would not be easy, but together they would build a future worthy of the sacrifices made, and they would never forget the lessons learned from the past.